Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ford's Theater here in beautiful downtown Washington, D.C. I'm Harry Ford, proprietor of this theater. This is William Ferguson, my assistant, and one of the many stagehands that I employ here in the theater. He has a little stage fright, but he'll be just fine. A couple of announcements before we begin tonight's performance. Some people we would like to thank, our business partners. In your program, you'll find Don Reist from John L. Scott Realty. They are the sponsor for the show, so please join me in thanking Don and Judy Reist. Also, Jill Keller from the First Street Cafe. They are the concession sponsor. They have provided all kinds of goodies at intermission. We've had everything from scones and carrot cake and brownies and cookies. Everything is organic and made from scratch. And because it's organic, you can have as much as you want and you won't gain any weight. So please indulge in intermission. The First Street Cafe is also a wonderful place to go for breakfast and lunch, and they are now serving dinners as well. John Weisinger is another one of our business partners. Last season, he donated all of the wine to the theater that we serve at intermission, and he has agreed to do that again this year. So we definitely want to thank John Weisinger. And also Dal Carver from the Avalon Bar and Grill. The Avalon is the music sponsor here at the theater, and we've done some very big shows that wouldn't have been possible without Dal Carver's help. It is a wonderful place to go for a meal before the show, great place to go to unwind after a show. They have live musicians many nights, and just a great atmosphere, a great dinner menu. And in fact, every time there's a performance here in the theater, chances are very good you will run into the actors and the crew down at the Avalon afterwards, and it's their favorite watering hole in town. And Dal has actually told me personally that the actors are the most well-behaved group of patrons he's ever seen down there. So, Billy, what happens at the Avalon when the actors are there?
What happens there stays there.
Maybe I should go down and visit the Avalon with the actors. We have a wonderful season ahead of us. We run this show through March the 2nd, and then we have a wonderful musical called Do I Hear a Waltz? We will follow that with an Irish memory play, a wonderful story called Dancing in Lunasa. We have an award-winning musical called Promises, Promises after that. Then we will take a brief pause in our schedule for our summer conservatory. This is a children's camp. It's open to kids ages 7 to 17. All the information is in your program. We have auditions coming up on April the 19th. It's a 5-week program. For the first 4 weeks, the kids take classes in the morning on acting, dancing, and singing, and then in the afternoon they rehearse for the show that they will perform during the final week of the camp. This year it is Seussical the Musical Junior. So we invite you to come and support the kids this summer. Then we let the big kids come back in for a very funny play called Lend Me a Tenor. Just in time for the presidential election, we have the very uplifting, heartwarming play, 1984. And then we will close our season with the other Scottish play, Brigadoon, which we are bringing back the kilts and the bagpipes. So join us for that. We have 3 more spotlights. We had Spotlight on Mel Torme earlier. Then we are going to be going into Spotlight on Tony Bennett later this season, Spotlight on the Blues, and Spotlight on the girl singers of the big band era. So the spotlights typically sell very quickly. Get your tickets well in advance. If you do not have a season brochure, you can pick one up in the lobby at intermission or after the show tonight. Oh, thank you. Before we go any farther, if you have portable telegraph devices with you this evening, if you could please turn them off, make sure that they are on silent so they don't go off during the performance. I know the cast would greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Billy. We are a non-profit theater. We cannot operate on just ticket sales alone. We do have to raise additional money to keep our doors open. If you are a seasoned subscriber or you've already made a donation, we certainly appreciate that. If you're considering making a donation to the theater, it is tax deductible. We have a donation box in the lobby. Our house manager would be more than happy to help you if you have any questions. But for whatever amount, you do make a difference in the life and the continued growth of this theater. And one last thing, we have a patron that Camelot Theater that we would like to acknowledge. Arlene Stricker, who is one of our biggest supporters, passed away this week. She was an amazing woman who came to every show, and we are very sad to report that. The family will be holding a private ceremony, and contributions can be presented to Camelot Theater in her name. It was, in her words, my one and only vice.
She would always come early and chit-chat with Olivia, the artistic director. And after the show, she would always donate $25 and then apologize that she couldn't donate more.
She was just incredible, and she will be dearly missed by everyone here at the theater. So we would like to dedicate this performance tonight in memory of Arlene Stricker. So, you are in for a wonderful treat. This is an amazing show. We thank you for being here tonight. Thanks.
Actors eyes front.
This them?
Yes, sir.
Mark the time. 8:22.
8:22 a.m., sir.
Do an inventory.
Harry Hawk.
I'm Harry Hawk.
John Matthews.
Sir?
Helen Muzzy.
Here.
Thomas Gurley.
I am here, Captain, sir. This is my
Jeannie
daughter.
Gurley.
The man backstage said that I was.
Jeannie Gurley.
The man backstage said that I
Be
was.
quiet! Laura Keene.
Laura Keene.
Where is Laura Keene?
I don't know.
The last time I saw her, she was in the presidential box.
Stay in your place.
Do any of you know where Laura Keene is?
No.
sir.
If you're lying, you'll hang. You'll hang before the body's in the ground. I'll hang you myself. We will find her. You're under arrest. Suspicion of conspiracy, treason, murder. Take them backstage, question them all. They'll lie, of course, they're actors. Mr. Hawk, move your feet! Step lightly! All right, Grandma.
Sir, is the president...
Mr. Lincoln died at 7:22 this morning. Mr. Johnson is now the president. A mystery, a mystery. Theater folk like a mystery, don't they, Mr. Hawk?
in its place?
Do you know who I am?
No, sir.
My name is Stanton. I run the government.
I thought you said Mr. Johnson was now the
He
president.
is, and I run the government. I am conducting an investigation, Mr. Hawk. What I seek is the identity of the person within your theater company who conspired with Mr. John Wilkes Booth to murder the President of the United States. I have called an emergency meeting of the cabinets in the boarding house across the street in the parlor next to the room where the President died. The crowd between there and the theater never seen a mob so thick. Our people could barely get through. The First Lady had to be subdued. It was her idea to come to the play last night.
They say it's the ladies what picks the plays. The men just buy the tickets.
Right! This is Miss Keene's company, correct? She runs it?
Created it in 6 days. Fired God on the 7th.
And you're her deputy manager, as well as playing the lead in the play?
Yes, sir.
Tour all the big cities?
Boston, Philadelphia. We were headed to Cincinnati next.
Think you'll do the South now? Now the war is over. Ban on travel to rebel cities was lifted just 4 days ago. I issued the order myself. If I were an actor, I'd be busy studying the timetables to Memphis and Augusta.
We hadn't considered yet.
You play here in Washington a lot?
More than any other city, 6, 7 times a year.
And according to the broadsheets, last night was to have been Miss Keene's final performance.
It was her farewell benefit.
What's a benefit?
When a performance is advertised as a benefit for a particular actor, that actor gets a percentage of the box office receipts. It's a way for the public to show its affection for a performer. We played here all week, and for the final Friday night's performance, Miss Keene arranged with Mr. Ford to perform...
Our American cousin. Mr. Hawk, you were on stage last night when the shot was fired, correct?
Yes, sir.
You were on stage, you heard the shot, and then a man leapt from the president's box to the stage, correct? That's what you told the authorities at 3:39 a.m.
Yes.
You positively identified Mr. John Wilkes Booth as the man who shot the president at 3:39 a.m.
Yes, sir.
But the shot was fired at 10:15 p.m., 5 hours earlier. When the soldiers grabbed you right after the shooting, you told them you couldn't identify the killer. Why did it take you 5 hours to make a positive identification?
I was confused. When he first left from the box, I thought he was coming after me. It took me a while to shake the sense into my head. I was confused.
Sorry. These the words you were saying last night when the shot was fired?
Yes, sir.
Say it.
Sir?
Say them! Here, on stage, the way you did last night when the president was killed.
Well, the old lady character has just gone off, and my character says, "Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal, you sockdologizing old man trap."
Bang! That'll be all, Mr. Hawk. You can go backstage with your colleagues. You're under oath. You continue to be under oath for the duration of this investigation.
I understand.
Do you know where Miss Keene is?
I do not, sir.
Think back on everything that's happened in the last 24 hours, Mr. Hawk, from the moment you all gathered here to put on that play, and we'll talk again.
You're going to question me again.
Mr. Hawk, if I could, I'd question the stage itself. The stage witnessed everything.
You must ask yourself seriously as to the state of your affections. Your happiness for life will depend upon the choice you make.
Well, then, if a rough-spun fellow like me was to come forth as a suitor for your daughter's hand, you wouldn't treat as some folks might when you found out I wasn't heir to the fortune.
Not heir to the fortune? I am aware, Mr. Trenchard, you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse the impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal, you sockdologizing old man trap.
Damn all actors! An actor has brought infamy on us all. He isn't here.
Still,
He's not in a box. He's not backstage. He's not in the house.
did you check the dressing rooms?
He was not in his dressing room. Am I correct?
He was not in his dressing room a moment ago, you are correct.
I thought not.
Did you check the bar?
What?
It's almost noon.
Has anyone investigated the adjoining watering hole?
Star Tavern, he ain't there, I was just...
The call was for 11. It is now almost noon. He's had a full hour's grace. What's the joke? Oh, we've lost Mr. O'Halloran, that sack of garment that plays Lieutenant Vernon. What is that you're doing? What? That! Take that cigar out of your mouth. No! It will permeate the fabric. Balls. Out, woman! Out! Mrs. Monchessington's gown has traveled with my company for 7 years before you got your grubby pokers on it, and I will not have it aromatized. Stinks of 7 years, you ask me. When my company leaves Washington and you behind, I want to smell those 7 years, not your 1 cent stogie. Hey! Smoking in the theater without the pyrotechnic man. Do they even call it a profession here? I'll show you pyrotechnics, you pecker-haired, puffed up pumpkins.
News on the Rialto.
Mr. O'Halloran hasn't shown for rehearsal, and Lieutenant Vernon's in the next scene.
Put Mrs. Muzzy in his uniform. She's got experience with the Navy.
Mr. Matthews, the role performed tonight must be rehearsed by the actor playing it this afternoon. If only Mr. Lutz were with us, Mr. Lutz would know what to do. The company comes into a city. I expect the fill-in roles to be played by dependable provincial professionals. Mr. Ford!
Is it lunch yet?
Mr. Ford! Is Mr. Ford not in the house?
I'm hungry.
Mr. Ford!
He's in the box office talking to a soldier.
Well, as theatre owner, it is his province to oversee the local performers. It is his job to find this Mr. O'Halloran. I want him here, and I want to know the reason for his tardiness.
It's Good Friday.
What?
Good. Holy Week. Mr. O'Halloran never acts when the Bible, good book says not to. He never acts if it's a sin. He never acts on Good Friday.
That mean he won't rehearse?
Well, a horse must be sent. I want him here within the hour.
You can't. Mr. O'Halloran lives across the river. It'd take a fast rider a good 3 hours there and back. Besides, he's probably not to home. He's probably in the house of worship.
Who are you?
My name is William Ferguson.
And what do you do here, William Ferguson?
I clean the stall. I'm with the horses.
And do you know who I am, William Ferguson? In a profession where old gas bags and clutches boys rule the best house of Broadway and the province, I am the only actress manager to beside the boards of New York and the wild frontier. For 20 years I have given my audiences a bolder realism than they have ever before seen on an American stage. Real photo, real trade, real fire, and Brooks. The genuine pearls I wear as evening performance are the same genuine pearls I wore opening night of Camille. The finest, most realistic Camille in memory. A Camille who was not a soul or a fallen woman. A king does play for women. He is not a fallen. I am the woman who played the role of Prince Trenchard. I think the 999 to my 1000th and my final. I will not perform a ragged show for the paying public who come to see me in it for my farewell benefit.
Actually, the finest queen in my memory was Matilda. Oh, such charms. You can see, when Matilda died, she's dead. Camille comes back to life again. Oh, Armand, it is all a dream. Oh, a dream. Where's your 19th century Margaret Revere, huh?
Sorry, lunch.
Miss Gurley.
Working on I'm gonna fire this thing out.
Mrs. Muzzy, I've got a meeting to go to. Miss Matthews, as deputy manager, I must insist you remain in the theater. Miss Muzzy, Mr. Matthews.
Mr. Hawk, you are authority incarnate.
It's the spots the Duchess puts me in. Storming off like that, always making her grand exit. These days I'm going to walk out. You wait and see. Run ragged, Mr. Gurley. Town after town, I leave the hotel early, I come home late. Just ask Francis about it. Francis has had it up here. Never knew. Wait up, or look early. I was hoping Francis would stop by the theater. You haven't seen Francis. Gee, you didn't happen to see Francis.
No, I did not see you speak Francis.
Well, it's just
Okay,
Francis
quiet.
said...
Papa, did you talk to Miss Keene?
Oh, Jean.
You never talked to Miss Keene about my... Did you? You didn't, did you?
You confront me, Jeannie Gurley. Of course. I talked to the Duchess on your behalf.
Oh, and she said yes.
I talked to her on your behalf.
Oh, she said no.
She did not say
She
no.
did.
She did not say no. Ah!
You didn't tell her.
No, I did not.
Then you lied to me just now.
But it was worth a try. Child, I have had a most distressful morning about to say my now. I need voices and smiles. As a matter of fact, Mr. Hawk, since you are Miss Keene's deputy, I must make a request.
Oh, Mr. Gurley.
And if the salary in answer to the performance is not unknown.
Mr. Gurley, please.
I have of late been at the mercy of the fates and the fear of a 9-year-old nag named Vice. He ran last night at Saratoga when my disappeared had not much.
Sticking that on a glue boy.
The skeleton ran so slow, it was as if he were moving backward in time. A little something, Mr. Hawk, to get me through the day and allay the concerns of certain gentlemen at the gaming trade.
There is nothing in the tip.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing.
I'm going to lunch. I have an appointment with an important colleague.
Wait a moment.
I'm hungry, Papa!
Well, chew your dreams, child. That larder's always full.
What I want, sirloin.
How sharper than a serpent's tooth to have a child who must have...
Ah, there you stand, as I had dreamt you in a dream. Glory, glory, Jeannie Gurley, hoped to kiss you so I'm early. I rode here from the station, hope it didn't take too long, 'cause I've got another song. I wrote that one before Appomattox. This one was in case the Confederacy won. Oh, I wish I was in the land of dirty lips of pink and teeth so pretty. Look away, look away, look away, Jeannie dear. Oh, I wish I was in Gertie today, today. In Gertie land, I'll march my band, I'll plant my stand in Gertie today, today. All way down south in Gertie today, today, today. My mouth on Gertie. There you go. All right, that's one more.
No!
I take offense. William Withers takes offense. In offending William Withers, you offend the former officer of the Grand Army of the Republic.
your former conductor of a marching band.
Father Gurley,
Excuse me.
where are you going?
I'll be in my dressing rooms in case Francis
Well,
goes.
that's very well, but I've got a missing piccolo player.
I'm going to my dressing room too. I have all 5 acts of Faust to memorize by Halloween.
Papa.
No, my child. You stay here with our hero of the parade ground. I'll struggle through hell alone.
Oh, that's
Why did you have to sing?
But I wrote that melody for you, Miss Gurley. Miss Gurley, that I would call Mrs. Withers.
Professor Withers,
Ah.
I have asked you to cease these calls to matrimony.
But I've got a house all picked out. The nicest little cottage you could thrill with daisies this side of K Street.
Where could you get the money to buy a house on K Street?
I'm a man of means, Miss Jeannie. Mr. Ford said the engagements here at the theater are as regular as I want. He reckons I'm the best pit leader in all of Washington. That's the idea.
Well, I don't want a house on K Street. I don't want to live in Washington at all. I want footlights and first-class carriages and hotel bars from Philadelphia to Frisco.
Jeannie, you can't mean that. What about when we've got children? That's the idea.
Who said anything about children?
Oh, say you'll marry me, Miss Jeannie. We can fix the wedding date over lunch this afternoon.
Oh, I already have a luncheon engagement today. Thank you.
Ah, I see. Well then, I shall take my leave, Miss Jeannie. But let you know this. I have hereby asked your hand in matrimony, officially, and with great solemnity. But you must say yea or nay, and the answer come quick. I give you till after tonight's performance to determine our fate and our fortune. Good afternoon.
Professor Withers,
He's coming back.
Who's coming back?
The Duchess.
She's on her way down the rear steps.
Mr. Ford!
what's her decision?
I'll wager she changes the repertoire. 12th night, perhaps. Or better yet, as you like it.
Mr. Ford!
All the world's a
I'll
stage.
rehearse to play Rosalind.
Incidental music can be most readily composed.
Everybody smoking as you like it.
Mr. Ford!
Members of the public. Members of the...
Quiet, please.
Thank you, Mr. Hawke. Members of the company. Due to the failure of Mr. O'Halloran to enact tonight the role of Lieutenant Vernon, it is my considered judgment that the management cannot stage our American cousin this evening without detrimental harm to the quality of the performance and to the reputation of the company. Therefore, I am hereby informing you that we shall not perform tonight, and that I shall take my leave of Washington post-haste and move on next to Cincinnati.
But, Miss Keene!
I make this decision with not some little sadness and regret. I wish you, the members of the Washington cast, good fortune, good luck, and good notices. And now you that
Miss
way
Keene!
weave it.
Miss Keene!
Mr. Ford!
I have news. Great, dazzling, monumental news of national importance. The president is coming to the theater tonight.
Cincinnati, you were saying?
Again, Mr. Ford.
The president, Mrs. Lincoln, and General Grant.
The general himself.
Grant's in the city, and Mrs. Lincoln saw in the broadsheets that Ford's Theater is tonight staging Our American Cousin, starring Miss Laura Keene and Miss Keene's company in a farewell benefit performance for Miss Laura Keene.
I figure Laura Keene's in the play.
The president's a great admirer, and he wants to celebrate the nation's victory at my pretty little theater. Quite a day. Well, quite a week. Lee surrenders, the army's in Richmond, and now. When my brothers and I built this theater, I knew it'd be the best in Washington. Terrible time to open, though. We tried a Civil War play 2 years ago, thought we'd catch the fashion. Premiered same week as Chickamauga.
Oh, never opened up as a Chickamauga.
We were doing Troilus in Boston once, and Mr. Wallach was doing Titus. Oh, absolute overkill.
This play, though, I've run it till doomsday. I better alert the printer. We'll need to do up all new fly sheets and programs.
Mr. Ford, we cannot perform.
What are you talking about? Cannot. Why are you dressed like that?
She's on her way to Cincinnati.
But that's ridiculous. You can't go to Cincinnati. I've just told you, the President of the United States is going to come to my theater tonight. Now, why in hell can't you perform the play? Where's O'Halloran?
Sir, it's Good Friday.
Oh, hell's bells. O'Halloran's a Pope's boy.
People as fish on Friday.
Can't you do this show without him? Who's he play?
Lieutenant Vernon.
Who's Lieutenant Vernon?
Fell in the Navy duds.
There's a Navy character? Maybe I haven't been paying attention. Is it a large part?
12 lines.
Well, what kind of part has 12 lines? Can't you cut it?
Lieutenant Vernon is the romantic juvenile in love with the leading lady.
Now that's a part.
Well, can't you find some drunk on the streets?
Oh, I can't engage just anyone.
It's 12 lines. Miss Keith, if you cancel tonight's performance, you're in breach of contract, and I shall have no choice but to take legal action.
Mr. Ford, I was once libeled in a New York court as an actress and a woman, and therefore insane. The black of a judge's robes does not unnerve me.
Oh, hell, I don't want to take you to court. I want you to put on a show for the President of the United States in my pretty little theater.
But I cannot perform the play without this pivotal role.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Hey,
Oh,
The boy.
what?
Put in the boy.
Put in the...
Pretty much the right height, pretty much the right age. Pad the shoulders with gingham, fill out the chest with horsehair. Got a good face. You want to be Lieutenant Vernon?
Miss Keith, have you taken leave of your senses? He's a poor dumb kid who lives in the basement.
Mr. Gurney, toss me the lieutenant's blade.
Here we are.
Here, grip it. Sir, take the sword.
But you just said you can't perform the role with just anyone.
Mr. Ferguson is not anyone. Mr. Ferguson, as you just said, lives in the theater.
But he doesn't even know the play.
Never seen it performed.
Never seen Our American Cousin?
Not so fast. Maybe he was going to say yes.
It's the most popular play of the decade. Every actor in the country has been in one production or another of it.
I must have been out of town.
Huh.
You'll have to read it.
The whole play?
Even the other parts?
No actor reads the other part.
Mr. Ferguson won't have time for reading. We must perform it for him. Now.
Now?
But it's almost lunch!
We will speed it through. Just the highlights. Move back here. Move back now.
What will you have us do, Miss Keith?
Come in on your own initiative, Mr. Hawk. Enter into the break and so everyone according to his cue.
not to fear.
Not to tremble.
My
life for yours.
Are we all met? Right then, Professor, drumroll. Our American cousin. The handsome Asa Trenchard has come to England from America, having just inherited a great fortune. The scene is Ravensdale, the home of Sir Edward Trenchard.
So we have an American branch of the family.
Let me shake your manly hand.
But dark shadows fall upon Ravensdale in the form of the villain of our piece, one Mr. Coyle.
Let me shake your manly hand.
Villains always laugh 4 times, never more, never less.
Coyle has secured forced promissory notes for a mortgage indebting Sir Edward to him.
I see but one way of keeping Ravensdale in the family.
How?
By marrying your daughter, Florence! Oh! No more, no less.
Meanwhile, the fortune-hunting Mrs. Montchessington is conniving to Oasa for her social planning.
You must ask yourself seriously as to the state of your affections. Your happiness for life will depend upon the choice you make.
But let me shake your manly hand.
Asa has fallen in love with Mary Meredith, the gentle dairymaid whose grandfather left his fortune to Asa.
Well, grandfather was rich and disinherited me, but I am happy and sing as the birds do, because I can't help it.
And I think I'm keeping that everlasting angel out of her fortune all because of this piece of paper, old Mark Trenchard's will.
It looks as if the black-hearted Coyle will win Ravensdale and Florence.
All is lost. I will not survive the downfall of my house, but in the dust.
But Asa realizes what is afoot and confronts Coyle. All that is left is for Asa to relinquish his inheritance, and so he takes out a cigar and, using the will that named him heir,
He lit it just this manner and watched it burn slowly away.
what we in the theatre refer to as a controlled conflagration, following which Asa finesses the scheming Mrs. Montchessington.
Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal, you sockdologizing old man trap.
And the story ends with
Mary inheriting the fortune.
say Mrs. Mount Chessington put in her place.
Coil the villain vanquished.
Sir Edward alive and well.
Asa engaged to marry.
And Lieutenant Vernon given a ship at sea as well as the hand of the lovely Florence cousin. I am sure you must be very happy.
Well, I'm not so sure about my happiness.
Why? What do you want to complete it?
Well, my happiness depends on you. That'd be the audience.
Then I am sure you will not regret the kindness you have shown to our American cousin, Curtin. What do you say, Mr. Ferguson? Will you take up the sword? Mr. Matthews will give you instruction in swordsmanship.
It was quite a performance, Miss Key.
Very instructive.
I could feel the urgency of Sir Edward's predicament.
If only you could top that first every night.
You're part of the family now, Mr. Ferguson, the family of actors. These are my children, the only children I should ever have. Others may despise you, Mr. Ferguson, and cut you in the street, forgetting the joy you gave the night before. So never falter loyalty thus, but always rely upon your fellows.
We must add seats to the house. Once word gets out, we'll sell out fast for sure.
We weren't sold out.
Withers, can you come up with a little extra ditty for tonight? Some musical number for General Grant.
Mr. Ford, I shall compose a hymn for the general.
Can you do it fast?
If he can run Grant with Gurley.
And I shall sing your composition between the acts, Professor.
You will? You hear that, Jeannie? It's a sign.
Oh,
Billy, get that flag down on the president's box.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Ford, this young man is no longer employed by your theatre and menial post. Mr. Ferguson is a member of the company right now. Full rehearsal at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, Mr. Gurley, give Mr. Ferguson a tour of his dressing room. Mr. Matthews, retrieve his costume. Jeannie Gurley, get something to eat. You look starved. And Mrs. Muzzy, go out and have a smoke. The cigars are on me. Go, you hence, good mechanicals. Oh, Harry, I hate this play. I hate this play, I hate this theatre, I hate myself. What do I do it for, Harry? I haggle with the businessmen, I wrangle with the players, I paint the sets, I patch the costumes, I write the advertisements, I run the entire company. All day long, I perform impossible tasks that would dwarf the strongest man of war. And why? So that by night I might perform a second-rate comedy Mrs. Bracegirdle wouldn't stoop to conquer. I hate this play, Harry, I hate it.
It's not Medea.
I'm 40 years old, Harry. I've been playing a girl of 17 for 7 years. The public demands beauty in its leading actresses. My once vaunted beauty is gone. I want to play from experience. It would be different if Mr. Lutz were with us. Mr. Lutz always said I should be playing Shakespeare and Sheridan and Congreve and Camille. He gave me these pearls the first time I performed Camille. Did you know that, Harry? I'd just come to New York and Wallach had me to a full year's contract. And then I met John Lutz, and before the week was out, I'd run out on my contract, gone off with him to Baltimore and played Camille without even a day's notice. Mr. Lutz put the strand around my neck and said he'd never before seen such courage and spirit and heart. I take it there has been no message from him, a letter, a telegram on the occasion of the 1000th performance of our American cousin.
I'm afraid not, Miss Key.
And we weren't even sold out.
Perhaps things will be different in Cincinnati.
Harry, how difficult would it be to change the bill in Cincinnati and perform Camille?
We're not prepared to play Camille.
We present this thing with 1 day's rehearsal. If we telegraph Cincinnati today and have them put together a cast by Monday, we can perform by Wednesday night.
Miss Key, it has been years since you played Camille. Think of the arrangements. And who would play Armand? I don't think that I...
Oh, no, you couldn't play Armand. You'd have to be, oh, what's his name, the friend? No. For Armand, I need a beast in evening wear. Like Mr. Lutz. Levick.
Levick?
Milner's Levick.
Levick never leaves New York.
He does for enough money.
He'd want 100 a week.
Telegraph.
We don't have the ready cash. Levick knows us. He'd want the money
I
wired.
want to play Camille, Harry.
And how would you memorize all of your lines?
Mon ami, must I be the one to give you courage? I, who have followed this dream to the end, despising this life I lead and longing for something different, until I met you, Armand.
Miss Keene.
Call me a fallen woman, do you? And so whatever a woman may do, once she has fallen, she may never rise again. What man would wish to call her wife, what child to call her mother?
That's lovely, Miss Keene, but
I will sacrifice my happiness. But take heed. There was once a soul who had but one dream in life, and she renounced it all and died of it. What's this? Alive! Why, 'twas all a dream.
that's lovely, Miss Keene, but how will we get the money?
Here. My pearls. Sell them. Find a Shylock with an eyepiece. Barter, Harry. Bargain. Slice a pound of flesh. A genuine oyster, though. Bound to bring 1,000.
What will you wear tonight?
Oh, who can tell pearls from paste at 50 feet away? It's not important you wear real pearls, but that the public thinks you do.
Yes, Miss Keene. Miss Keene, I'll send a message to Emma and Clara if you'd like. Tell them about the president.
Emma and Clara.
They'll both be very proud of
I
you.
didn't even think to tell them.
That's why I'm here.
Cry God for Harry.
Hate to interrupt. Miss Keene, I couldn't help it over here. You're leaving for Cincinnati tonight.
Train departs at midnight.
Please take me with you, Miss Keene. There's nothing for me in Washington. I'm tired of twirling my skirts around drunken majors and saddle merchants. I'll play whatever role you assign, Miss Keene, no matter how small. And if someday you'd see fit to have me play, Juliet or Rosalind.
Miss Gurley, we're presenting Camille in Cincinnati. There isn't any role for you in Camille.
Oh, there is, actually. Mon ami, must I be the one to give you courage? I who have followed this dream to the end, despising this life I lead and longing for something different, until I met you.
There isn't any other role. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You're afraid of me, aren't you? Yes. You've been watching me act. You know that if I played opposite you in all the big towns, the people'd soon forget about your old-fashioned clawing. And you'd feel it. You'd feel it. Keenly. Very well. Tonight is your farewell benefit. Perhaps tomorrow will be mine.
What are you talking about?
I must find Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford hasn't filled the bill for tomorrow night, and the fly bills go out this afternoon, so...
Are you saying you want your own benefit? Oh, Miss Gurley, across the river in Georgetown at the Ladies' Academy of the Visitation, there are convent girls no older than yourself who dream of nothing more than the day they sprout their first teats. Don't you think a benefit at your age is a bit premature?
Afraid I'll play to a larger house than you.
I am not afraid of any such improbability.
Good. Because once you leave tonight, you'll have no say in the matter.
Oh, Miss Gurley, from now until the end of the performance this evening, you are under my contract and authority. If you try to speak to Mr. Ford on any business, I promise I will sack you on the spot. I will sack you in the middle of a scene. I will sack you in an instant. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am. Am I excused? I'm to meet a friend for lunch.
A leading lady doesn't eat lunch. She saves her appetite for applause. Well, Mr. Ferguson, did you ever think working as a stable boy would lead to acting in a company like this one?
No, ma'am, never.
I bet you never even dreamed of being an actor.
Dreamed? Hey, it's all I ever dreamed. I've been working here since the day Ford's opened. I've seen them all. Mr. Wallet, Mr. Southern, Joe Jefferson as Rip Van Winkle, Edwin Forrest and Macbeth. the Scottish play?
Thank you.
I know all the parts. I mount them backstage each night. Watch. Oh, that this too soiled flesh would melt. Wait.
Oh, what a rogue and a peasant slave I am!
This one's my favorite. This one is my favorite. Oh, for a moose, a fire. I'm gonna play them all, Miss Keith. Romeo, Rodrigo, Cassius, Cassio, Mercutio, Malvolio, Brutus, Bottom, Hal, Hamlet, Oedipus, Orestes, Othello.
Let's start with Lieutenant Vernon, shall we? All right, off we go. Lines to learn, songs to sing, president coming. Last performance of our American cousin ever.
Francis is here.
Did you tell him I'm still in the theater?
No, I told him you'd run off with the brawny fireman. I gotta go to a meeting. He says he wants to talk to you about something important. Two of you can entertain Wilkes.
Wilkes Booth.
He was backstage lurking behind the drop. We got to talking about Lincoln's little trip to Richmond. That big tall monkey sat in Jeff Davis' chair. And Booth gives me this letter. Do not open it, he says, to be delivered to the Daily National Intelligence at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And they say melodrama is on the way out.
Well, I'll see you at 3.
Hey up! 3 o'clock, hour of the crucifixion, and a cloud did pass over the sun.
Mr. Matthews, I've been looking in my script at the cue lines, and well, there's one cue I can't read. Oh, what's that?
Sockdologizing, as in sockdological, as in sockdology.
What's it mean?
Sockdology is a boxing term. It means a knockout, a final blow, the brutal end of everything.
Oh, my God, my God, my God! Ooh, too sad, too sad, too sad! Sure!
My home and hearth mortgaged, my daughter's future compromised. All is lost. I shall go mad.
Act 2, scene 1, gun coming down.
Ah, letter from me, Florence. I know you have from the twinkle in your eyes. Ah, letter from me, Florence. I know you have from the twinkle in your eyes. Ah, for ship. No ship yet. This promises another year of land lubbery. Ah, letter from me, Florence.
She isn't here. He's not in the box. Look through the people. Mrs. No, General Grant.
Eyes!
Shh. I'm so humiliated. The President and General Grant advertised to come to my final performance. It's still not a full house. I can't wait for this engagement to be over. Did you get the money for the pearls?
$800 in the station safe. Mr. Levitt will meet us in Cincinnati tomorrow.
Bravo, Harry.
Oh, ship.
You're not.
No ship yet.
Well, Mr. Ferguson, how goes it? Are you prepared?
Yes, ma'am.
You have your sword on backwards.
Oh.
No, don't fret. It's a traditional bit of farcical business devolved from the Greek new comedy, signifying a droop in masculine proportion.
Ma'am?
Nothing. It's just a backward sword. Well, were you able to find someone to help you run your lines?
Yes, ma'am. One of the actors helped me all afternoon.
Would you like to run them again now?
Run lines with you? Yes, ma'am.
We'll start with my entrance. Papa, here are letters for you. One for you, Mrs. Munchessington. One for you, cousin. And one for you, Lieutenant.
Oh, letter for me, Florence. I know you have from the twinkle in your eyes.
That's right, good. There you are.
Oh, ship.
Oh, Lieutenant, you are to leave us. Good news or bad?
No ship yet. This promises another year of landlubbery.
Wonderful.
Really?
Let's do it again. Papa, here are letters for you, blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah. And one for you, Lieutenant.
Oh, letter for me, Florence. I know you have from the twinkling your...
Is this line going to be a problem, Mr. Ferguson? It's a simple word, Mr. Ferguson. Twinkle in your... Oh, think so. What twinkles?
Stars.
Yes, but...
Fairies.
Well, of course, but...
Small copper buttons.
Look at me, Mr. Ferguson. Look at me as you say the line. I know you have from the twinkle in your...
Tongue.
That's very sweet, but we don't have the time. I know you have from the twinkle in your...
Yeah. Eyes!
Yes!
You can do that on stage.
No! Mr. Ferguson, remember, Lieutenant Vernon is a man torn between his craving for the sea and his deep desire for the woman he loves. It is a scene shot through with tension and suspense. A mysterious letter. What are its contents? Good news, and his fiance's heart is broken. Bad, and his own sinks low. You see the irony and complexity. Can you layer in that multiplicity of motive and emotion? Talk louder and faster.
Going up.
Come along, cousin. Miss Mary Meredith, Mr. Asa Trenchard, our American cousin.
Look at him.
He's asleep.
He's probably tired.
Yes, it's exhausted order to burn into cities, sacking plantations.
Mr. Matthews, I do not wish to argue politics with you.
Well, you wait until every darky south of Memphis comes up here looking for your job.
Mr. Matthews, Uncle Tom is welcome to the part of Sir Edward Trenchard, and I will pick cotton for Mr. Legree.
My dearie, all my last week's milk will be spoiled. Goodbye, Florence dear. Goodbye, Mr. Trenchard. Goodbye.
Jeannie?
Out of my way!
Jeannie, don't you high-hat me! Jeannie!
What's the matter with her?
Look at that. The fly bill for tomorrow's performance. At the bottom.
Saturday, April 16th, a benefit. Miss Jeannie Gurley, her own benefit. That's a career jump. Wonder who she had to a cakewalk with.
Someone persuaded Mr. Ford. Oh, well, she won't tell me. Oh, Mr. Gurley, did you...
Duchess know about this?
Jeannie doesn't want the Duchess to know. It's my fault. If only I could have given her a stake in the world, a start, money.
Mr. Gurley on stage.
Come on. The lack of money is the root of all evil.
Cousin, do you think you could find your way back alone? I'd like to see how they make cheese in this darn country.
Pop, what are you
quitting the theatrical profession. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to my rooms.
Morning, Mr. Matthews.
Good morning. Do take care of her. Good day. Mr. Hawk, I have filled in half-filled cues this evening and saved a score of laugh lines for the spirited performance has nearly lost for us. It is luck alone the audience hasn't noticed. Why are you taking off your costume?
Miss Keene, I'm quitting the company.
What? You have an entrance?
No, madam, I have an exit.
Mr. Matthews on stage.
He's going to leave me.
Leave you?
Francis says he's tired of train stations and hotel rooms, me lapping after... Francis says if I get on the train with you this evening, he'll walk out on me. I have to get to it.
Harry, wait, stop. You mustn't do this. You can't desert me in the middle of a performance. We've been together 7 years. You are my right hand, my stout arm. You are my leading man.
In plays you condescend to, I'm your leading man. In those that matter, I'm the friend. I must get to it before he walks out on me.
Harry, you can't leave me for the sake of a fevered affection. If you have no loyalty to me, who found you, who gave you this role, who's paid you and kept you all these seasons, then have loyalty to your public, to your president, to my company.
Don't talk to me of loyalty to my company, you who boast of walking out on contracts to dog after a man who treats you like his whore.
Say that again.
Mr. Lutz did send a message, a telegram. I tore it up because I didn't want you to see what was in it.
What was in it?
He said to stop writing him. He said to leave him alone.
I'm afraid I'm very troublesome.
Morning, Mr. Hawk.
Yes, you're very troublesome, you are. You're a lovely sufferer.
Mr. Hall, you have approximately 23 seconds before your next entrance. You've made it over 300 times. If you do not make it now, I will see that you never act on an American stage again.
Mr. Hawk on stage.
Here's your cue.
Mr. Hawk on stage.
I'll stay out the performance, and then we're at an end.
Congratulate your cousin and pat him on the behind.
Mr. Dear chap, whatever do you mean?
Well, I ain't a one for boasting, so excuse me if I do, and forgive me when I throw, but,
Morning, Miss Keene.
I have attended many a feat of archery back at home in Plum Creek, but this one takes to Johnny Cage.
Do you mean you took off the bow and let fly?
I shot an arrow into the air, and where it landed, I do not...
Miss Gurney!
Please!
Miss Gurney, I've been mounting my request to you from the orchestra pit all evening.
Yes, and I wish you would keep your request to the pit as well. Do you have any idea how disconcerting it is to look down and see a sign in front of the prompter's face that reads, "Say yes to Mr. Withers"? I almost blurted it out during the cheese scene!
Oh, stop teasing me. Tell me now. You have the answer I dream of. Will you be my wife?
Jones! All is lost!
Miss Keene, I have an alteration of my composition. As General Grant is not with the President tonight, I have improved the final lyric. Instead of singing, for a task I was foiled Sisyphus, thank the Lord for our Ulysses, could you interpolate instead, for a man the joy be teeniest, if her answer be ingenious? And could you emphasize, Miss Keene, the genie part of ingenious? Oh, and when you do, perhaps a little hand gesture?
I will not be singing your song, Mr. Withers, so I need not learn your new ingenious lyrics. I have been struck dumb. Miss Gurley can sing it at her benefit tomorrow.
Oh, for ship! Oh, Lieutenant, you want to leave us? Good news. Oh,
What happened to the song?
Miss Keene cancelled it! She cancelled my song! Mrs. Ford, I've had enough to care with her high-handedness, and to be so treated before you, who think so well of me. I hope this hasn't made you contemplate my proposal any differently.
Professor Withers,
Ah,
I'm not going to marry you. I
could
should think that had been obvious.
Mr. Hawk on stage.
What the hell's going on? Damn it, she said she'd sing that song, and she's gonna sing the blasted song.
no ship yet. This promises another year of landlubbery.
So how are those cues, eh?
Ready, sir.
Ah, good, good.
Eyes.
Oh, yes! A Navy man, quite.
Asa, my boy, says he, when I die, this piece of paper makes you heiir to all my properties in England.
There is no music in hell.
What are you talking about?
But it is not too late.
But it is not too late.
Not too late for what?
To win her.
Win her? What's he talking about?
And he watched it burn slowly away.
That's the idea. I shall take her from the very stage. Withers, come back here.
The program says honor to our soldiers, sung by Miss Laura Keene. Madam, I insist you sing that song. The President of the United States is our guest tonight.
I didn't vote for him.
Miss Keene, don't you know why he came tonight? He's seen the play before. He's dog-tired, exhausted. His wife's a lunatic. Look, the only reason he came tonight is because he's a fan of yours. And you're going to snub him in my pretty little theater?
All right, I'll sing the song after the curtain call.
Thank you. Now, send him a note.
What?
Send the president a note asking him to stay to hear the song.
Mr. Ford, I have an entrance.
Right on the back of this. It'll mean all the difference coming from you.
Morning, Miss Keene.
Thank you.
Dear Mr. President, please stay to hear the song. Thank you, Miss Keene. You are an angel and a professional.
Why, Mary, what treason is this? You've been weeping.
Oh! Oh! He hit me! Oh! Withers! That horse's ass is going to go on the stage and drag Jeannie away with him. I have to stop him.
This isn't your scene.
Well, I'll ad-lib.
Then you'll have to explain why Sir Edward lost his whiskers.
He took my falsifier. He's got my beard. Quick, find me a razor. I'll go on stage pretending I'm shaving.
Florence, what does this mean?
It means he loves you, you little rogue.
Getting going down.
Lovery. Miss Keene, I thought of something to carry my sword. You said it was on backwards. Well, what if it was on backwards? Before I get my ship, you know, dragging and droopy like. But then, once I get my ship, I swing it upright. You see what I mean? It can be like a running gag.
Mr. Ferguson, you are a natural. Miss Gurley. Did your last scene go well, Miss Gurley?
Extremely well, Miss Keene.
Good then, Miss Gurley. Don't bother to join us for the curtain call. You're fired.
Oh, you're not within your rights, ma'am.
I instructed you not to speak to Mr. Ford.
And I haven't.
Really? Well, then who then speaks on your behalf?
Not heir to the fortune. I am aware, Mr. Trenchard, you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse the impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to tell you inside out, old gal. You sockdologizing old man trap.
That's so cute. The South is avenged!
can identify him?
I never said that I saw
You said
him.
he shot at you!
Did you see his face?
I heard the shot. I heard him call out.
What did he call out?
I couldn't make it out.
But you didn't see him?
Sir.
Who are you?
Mr. Ford, a proprietor of this theater.
Go to the box office. Now!
Yes, sir.
You, can you handle strong backs to carry the president across the street?
But there are younger men.
Look lively!
Let's get him to the street.
Jeannie, I saved your life. Well, it serves him right for going to the theater on Good Friday.
It was Booth. It was Wilkes Booth. I saw him.
Why didn't you say something? He was just here this afternoon. The letter. That letter he gave me. It's in my costume. Where's my coat? Where's my damn coat?
He took down the flag to put behind his head. Never seen so much blood. The doctor told me to put my finger in the hole in the back of his. Where is Mr. Lutz? I want Mr. Lutz.
There's soldiers all over the place. They have bullets all. Oh Lord.
Soldiers?
They're still in the dressing rooms. They're confiscating everything. They want us out on stage.
Mr. Matthews! Where are you going?
Nowhere, ma'am.
Then you should take the stage.
Miss Keene! Miss Keene, what is it? Aren't you going on?
Arrest the entire company. Send details to the railway stations, hotels, rooming houses, any place these people stop. Arrest every actor in the city.
What are you stroking about for? Did you see what happened here? Did you see who did it?
No, sir. You an actor?
No, sir, I'm not an actor.
All actors on stage! I want all the actors on stage! Ooh! All actors on stage! Calm down! Stay in your seats and calm down! Stay in your seats! Calm down! Stay in your seats!
I am aware, Mr. Trenchard, you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse the impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal, you sockdologizing old man-trap.
Bang. Then you went off.
Yes, as I said before, I thought...
Yes, he thought he was shooting at you. Actors. Ma'am, will you return, please? You weren't on the stage then?
No, I leave the stage, then he does the laugh line.
And what is the laugh line?
Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal, you sockdologizing old man-trap.
That's the laugh line? That's funny?
It gets a laugh, but sometimes it gets applause.
Did it get applause last night?
It was starting to.
Mr. Hawk, you can go off with the captain. The old woman stays. Sit down, please, Mrs. Muzzy. Can I get you anything? Glass of water? A smoke?
It's illegal to smoke in the theater.
Mrs. Helen Muzzy. Is Mr. Muzzy still with us?
Not if I was thorough.
Beg pardon?
Mr. Muzzy is 12 years dead.
Was he too an actor?
Barely.
I hope you don't mind the little show I just requested. It must be difficult to play under these circumstances. No props, no scenery.
Playing without scenery is nothing. I play without salary.
But you've played in Our American Cousin with salary, I take it?
I've acted in Our American Cousin over 40 times.
Always the same role, Mrs. Mount Chessington.
Yeah, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some play Mrs. Mount Chessington.
You must forgive me, I've never seen the play. I grew up in a town without a single theater, Steubenville, Ohio. River rats, smokestacks, and whorehouses. Pretty much the whorehouse capital of the United States.
We all must be great at something.
You see Mr. Booth when he shot the president?
No, I didn't. They say he called out something after the shot.
Yes, some people think he said the Latin for thus be it ever to tyrants, sic semper tyrannis. Others say it was, I'm sick, send for McManus. McManus is a beer. There are those already seeing the commercial possibilities. The scene you just performed for me, I take it you played it now just as you played it last night?
Close to it. There's usually a bit more joie de vivre.
Still, where you stood and looked, that was as always.
For myself, I can say the blocking was precise. I leave the stage before Mr. Hawk's final line.
The laugh line.
It ain't always a laugh line. Not in Cleveland.
And you didn't see Mr. Booth backstage?
No, I told the officer I didn't. Besides, by that point in the third act, the backstage was a little out of control.
Why is that?
You best ask Miss Keene.
I would ask her, but Miss Keene is still missing. So why don't you tell me?
I don't know what all was happening. The woman's temper is famous. Cross her. Get her riled. You see what I mean.
You don't like Miss Keene?
She's a good enough leading lady. She's just not good with the ladies she leads.
So you don't feel any compunction about slandering her?
Sic semper tyrannis.
Well then, I figure that's all.
I can go?
You can wait backstage with your colleagues. Oh, one more thing. That laugh line. You said the line doesn't always get a laugh. It doesn't always, what's the phrase? Work.
Oh, it mostly does. It's actually the biggest laugh in the play. But sometimes it's hot in the house, or the audience is thick, or there's a cough somewhere.
I imagine what the actor does at that moment has a lot to do with it.
Yes, the actor can lose his own laugh if he swallows it, or hits it too hard, or fidgets. You can gauge a whole performance of the play based on how that line does.
Oh, it's well known.
To be or not to be.
How does Mr. Hawk tend to do this line?
No special English, but he hits the ball. Out front and up.
Like this.
Yes?
Thank you, Mrs. Muzzy. You've been most helpful. Well, sit down, please, Mr.
I want a lawyer.
Beg pardon?
I know my rights as a citizen. I want a lawyer. Are you acquainted with the term habeas corpus?
Latin, isn't it?
Habeas corpus. It means bring forth the body.
You want to see the body?
In legal terms, it means show reason for incarceration. You can't hold me indefinitely without a charge.
Have you ever heard of martial law, Mr. Matthews?
Well, of course I have
The
heard.
whole of the United States has been under martial law since 11 o'clock last night, and the writ of habeas corpus was suspended by the president himself as long as 3 years ago. So let's forget all about Latin and the law and what you think your rights are. We are seeking assistance in our inquiries, Mr. Matthews. That's what the British say when they arrest someone for murder. Seeking assistance in our inquiries. Understatement is a talent, don't you think?
Am I under arrest for murder?
Not for murder, no. But When I arrest a man that shot the president, it's not just the shooter I'll hang. I'll hang anyone who had anything at all to do with it. Anyone who was an accessory before or after the murder. If suspects don't come forward with the evidence they have when they have it, what am I to do but assume their guilt and have them hanged?
How can I help you, sir?
Tell me about the theater, Mr. Matthews. A play like last night's. It's one of what, the dozens of plays you actors have committed to memory?
Oh, actors don't memorize every part. They memorize their type. Old men do old men parts. Young girls play ingenues. It's a question of specialty.
And what, Mr. Matthews, is your specialty?
Villains.
Ha!
Ha, ha, ha. Private joke.
I don't know much about the theater. I go to the theater about as much as preachers go to Steubenville.
Steubenville, Ohio? Why, that's the whorehouse capital of the United States!
I see you know my fair city.
And I'm sure it's grand.
Mr. Matthews, did you notice anything out of the ordinary during the performance or during rehearsals earlier in the day?
No. Well, this would be telling tales, but the Duchess tried to cancel the performance.
The Duchess is Miss Keene?
Not to her face.
Why did she try to cancel the performance?
Some snag about a missing player.
Ah, that would be Mr. O'Halloran.
O'Halloran wouldn't play Good Friday, so she tried to pull out. I told her, I said, Laura, it's a tiny part. Put the boy in, that backstage fella, Ferguson. She only relented when she heard the president was coming.
Is that understandable?
The decision was accompanied by much agitation. Sudden telegrams sent, train tickets switched, whispers.
So just Miss Keene and Mr. Hawk who run the company?
Yes, sometimes someone else. Lutz, John Lutz.
Mr. Lutz helps with the business?
Among other duties, hasn't been around recently.
How long?
A few weeks. Lutz has family here in Washington. Very influential. Lutz always knows how to get things done, who to call in a pinch, how to pull strings. He's the fist inside the Duchess's glove, figuratively speaking.
You think Mr. Lutz and Miss Keene will work together again?
Duchess says never. In theater, never means Tuesday.
You've been very revealing, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you, sir.
What are your political views?
Oh, I'm not a political man myself, although I was a faithful servant of the Union in the recent conflict. But I make it a point never to discuss politics or religion.
I see.
Never know when you're going to meet up with a congressman or a heathen.
That'll be all, Mr. Matthews. Oh, Mr. Matthews, what were you looking for last night?
Who said I was looking for anything?
Stage manager said after the shot you tried to leave the backstage and find something. What were you looking for?
I was helping Mrs. Muzzy find her seagulls.
Ah, nothing more relaxing after an assassination than a good cigar.
We got a feisty one, sir. Mr. Withers, he insists he see you now.
It's the father and the girl next, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, let Withers insist.
Yes, sir.
Please, sir, there's no need for this.
Move along!
Eyes front.
I'll separate here.
Mr. T.C. Gurley, this is an honor. The captain here tells me he once saw you performing in Kinglear.
Oh, did he now? In London?
Pittsburgh.
Ah, the next best thing.
And Miss Gurley, I recall seeing a notice for you in the papers not long ago. Rave review for a performance of yours.
Really? What was it?
Swineherd and the Princess.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the curtain rose on a humble yet picturesque cottage. All virtuous people live in cottages. There stood my daughter clad in tattered gingham.
Virtuous people are never merely dressed. We are clad.
Well, Mr. Gurley, virtue may be your daughter's own reward, but allow me to reward your own, sir, by a shake of hand.
Yes?
You did a great service last night, carrying the president to his final rest. Here, I have something for you.
You do?
Something you seem to have misplaced.
Ah, my face lace! Indeed I did, sir. It shall join my straw-colored beard, my orange tawny beard, my purple in grain. Where did you find it?
Gripped inside the fist of Professor Withers.
Oh, a misunderstanding?
Yeah, Professor Withers had become heated, and my father tried to cool him.
And the heatedness was caused by...
A consternation regarding Professor Withers' song.
Eyes front!
Miss Keene was supposed to sing a tune poor Withers had scribbled after lunch. It was supposed to be played after the second act, but it was excised at the last moment.
By who?
Miss Keene.
And when exactly did Miss Keene excise it?
About 2 minutes before the shot rang out.
And that's why Mr. Withers ran backstage just before the president was shot.
Professor Withers became ever more determined that the song be sung. He ran right through the curtains, heading for the stage. That's why I tried to o'ertake him instead, the fisticuffs.
Nothing to do with you, Miss Gurley.
Me?
With Jeannie? Why, no, not a whit.
Because, you see, we found this after the shooting.
What is it?
It's half a flybill advertising the performance. You notice something strange about it?
It's torn.
That's right. This half was found backstage behind that curtain.
Where's the other half?
Oh, let that be my little secret. But here's what I find so fascinating. At the bottom, Saturday night, a performance starring Miss Jeannie Gurley in her own benefit.
Mr. Ford has asked to present a play, The Octoroon, with my daughter in the starring role.
Quite an honor. You have any idea how this flybill came to be in this condition?
People sometimes,
Yeah, they sometimes tear off
It's not the crumpling so much. You used the word, miss. Torn. It's not torn evenly. See, it's kind of ripped. Like somebody backstage, mind you, ripped it on purpose. Do you know who that could have been, Miss Gurley? Mr. Withers, maybe?
No,
Mr. Ford, then?
not he either.
I see. Then was it someone you were having carnal relations with? See, I hear tell from people around this theater that you get around the gentleman's sheets, miss. So was it someone
Sir, I will not allow you, please!
Mr. Gurley,
Sir, I will not...
I don't have to treat your daughter like a lady. Frankly, I'm not interested in how many dirty little intrigues a woman her type has in a theatrical company. Your profession's depravity does not affect the matter at hand, which is the cowardly murder of the President of the United States. I couldn't care less who a whore beds, long as she wasn't involved in this murder. But if she is, I will personally see to it that every filthy shame she's secreted away is torn bare, till she dangles on the stage with the rest of the villains, and it will not be to her benefit.
It was Miss Keene! Miss Keene ripped up the flybill! It was Miss Keene!
Miss Keene. Interesting. How often I ask a question and the answer is Miss Keene. Well, I better put this piece back for safekeeping. There's already a black market for these. Souvenir seekers are scavenging flybills, ticket stubs, even the flag.
The flag?
Somebody stole the flag that was draped below the president's box.
Oh, dear me. Pulled down off of
Well,
it.
not pulled off it. Well, you would know, Mr. Gurley. You took the flag down to use as a pillow for the president's head. The flag was covered with his blood when the body reached the house. When we looked for it later, it was gone. Someone will most likely sell that bloody flag for a pretty penny. How badly can a person need money?
I have a right
You
and a
can't
responsibility.
The secretary says you
To
can't.
which I will execute my full and formal privilege and
Let him through.
Sir, I've come all the way over from the infirmary. The doctors would not have it, but I roared past them, regardless the risk to whatever life and limb I got left.
Just how badly hurt are you?
2 cuts to his arm and he hurt his toe.
Foot.
He hurt his toe on his foot. He bumped his head at the hospital in the shower.
Well, Mr. Withers, the War Department appreciates your Lazarus-like rise.
Don't you want to hear my story?
I thought we had Mr. Withers' statement.
29 pages in longhand, including lyrics.
You still maintain no knowledge of your attacker.
Well, as I told the Inquisitor, it was dark behind them curtains, and my solitary consideration had been to...
Yes, to protect Miss Gurley from the saber-wielding dervish fellow.
The stab in the arm is not so deep as a cut to the heart.
It gets worse the more we don't listen to him. By the end of the day, the story will be the killer was after him and the president just got in the way.
Well, it's...
Mr. Withers! I don't mean to discount the drama in which you find yourself at the periphery. But if you can't shed further light on the murder, perhaps you'd best get back to the hospital before the angels take you with them. You can play your postponed song for the patients there.
Postponed? Cancelled is the word for it, sir. It was supposed to be performed between the second and third acts. Miss Keene flat out refused to sing it.
Well, now that's odd, Professor. Miss, you asked what happened to the other half of the fly bill. This was found on the president last night. The physician who tended Mr. Lincoln found it in his pocket when they cut his coat off. 1/2 of a ripped up fly bill. It was sent to the president's box just as the third act commenced, after the song had been cut. Can you read what's written, Professor? Be careful there, that's blood.
Dear Mr. President, please stay to hear the song.
The song was to be sung between Act 2 and Act 3. The song was cut, and then the president is handed this. Please stay to hear the song.
Well, maybe the song was reinstated.
Maybe somebody didn't want the president to leave the theater too soon. Take him backstage. I'll need 5 minutes alone with
It's
her.
my boy!
That's lying like fruit.
Move it out!
Where are you throwing me?
I am come to know your pleasures. Measure for Measure, Act 2, Scene 4, Isabella's confrontation with Angelo.
Has the detail seen to your needs, ma'am?
Everyone has been most kind.
Leave us. Miss Keene, my name is Stanton. I am head of the War Department.
Mr. Stanton, am I under arrest?
No, miss, you are most definitely not under arrest.
I was given to understand that my company...
Your company is under arrest. You are assisting us with our inquiries. I've already interrogated your actors, Miss Keene. I'd like to put your own recollections up against theirs. Do you mind?
My mind is still somewhat scattered. I thought last night I might go mad.
I am but mad northwest, but when the wind is southerly, I can tell a hawk from a handsaw. Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2. Tell me, Miss Keene, do you think Hamlet was mad or just pretending?
Difficult to tell from the productions I've seen. The problem with actors playing madmen is they tend to play them as mad actors. What is your own opinion, sir?
Oh, I've never seen it performed, ma'am.
Never seen Hamlet played?
Life is short. Hamlet is long.
How do you know it then?
I read. You know, I was invited to see your performance last night. I refused. I tried to dissuade the president himself from going, but the president's wife is a formidable lady.
Well, it is difficult to deal with a formidable lady.
Last night was your farewell performance, I understand.
1,000 nights is plenty for any woman, Scheherazade included.
Must have given you lots of pleasure over the years.
Well, I never envisioned quite how many years.
Tell me.
Oh, well, do you know, it was rather an accident, this play. I had bought it from old, dead Joshua Silsby and was at the time rehearsing Midsummer Night's Dream. Well, sets weren't ready, the costumes weren't ready, our puck weighed 300 pounds. So I put in our American cousin, cut it, fixed it, rewrote like a demon, and opened to the greatest success I have ever known. But all good things, etc. I'm playing Camille next in Cincinnati.
Must be difficult to be a woman.
I'm sorry?
I was just thinking how hard it must be to be a woman in your position. What's it like to be a woman, the only woman at the head of a theatrical company?
Mr. Stanton, you are a military man. Imagine your forces surrounded by Gatling guns every day from sunup to sunset, waiting for you to make the smallest tactical error. That is what it is like to be a woman in any man's world.
Still, as a woman, as an actress, you must have special privileges.
Oh, you think so?
Why else act? See, I don't understand actors. The poor pay, uncomfortable situations, the cruelties of the road. When I don't understand something, it makes me suspicious. I imagine all sorts of ulterior motives. I imagine that actors want something others are denied. Illicit wealth, unpatriotic freedoms, passions behind the curtains. You have no family, no husband, no children.
Just my company.
So then disabuse me. Why do you act?
To entertain, ennoble, and astonish.
You don't do it for money, notoriety, power?
Of course, just like politicians.
Not all politicians. The president liked to speak of the angels of our better natures. Buttercream words bought by devil's blood. I was the president's devil. I hired the butchers. I forged the bullets. I starved out the enemy. I got Mr. Lincoln reelected last November by turning the tide at Summitville in the nastiest show of death you'd ever want to see. I got rebel flesh under my nails so he could talk like Jesus. That's what I do. I set fire to the earth in the name of God, the Republic, and the freedom of the people. What do you do?
I don the audience's hopes and fears and desires. I perform feats men and women in the stalls would feel themselves too meek to attempt. We act, sir, in order to feel what we are denied in the day-to-day.
That's why you want to act, Camille? Feel the joys, pain, the loss of love, loss of a child.
As I said, we want to feel what we are denied.
Camille dies at the end, doesn't she?
Usually, I come back to life at the end.
Now that's interesting. That's something we share.
What?
An inability to accept death. When I was a young lawyer at boarding house, one of the servant girls died, and I wouldn't believe she was dead, so I dug up her corpse to see for myself. When my daughter died, I wouldn't let them bury her until they took her body away by force. When my first wife died, I kept her in my chambers for 2 days. I have not yet come to grips with Mr. Lincoln's death. I liked him. You're not a United States citizen, Miss Keene, that's so? I just want to make sure that I don't have to follow the Bill of Rights. The English tended to support the South in the recent conflict.
I no longer consider myself English. The nation I bestride is made of wood and paint, not soil nor blood.
Then you were neutral as our soldiers died?
I stayed in the North. I played for the North. I gave benefits for your soldiers as the conflict raged. I have received tributes from generals and infantrymen alike. I played for the president.
I understand you used to be known as Red Laura when you barmaided a pub and your looks were the drawing card.
Well, whoever told you
Your real name was Mary Moss, changed to Laura Keene in 1842, married a man named Taylor in 1844. What happened to him? Dead? Divorced?
Australia, which is equal to both.
You began your American career in 1852 in New York at Mr. Wallach's theater. Mr. Wallach had engaged you for a year's work when 2 days into your contract you met a Mr. John Lutz and took off with Mr. Lutz for Baltimore without even a note. Apparently Mr. Wallach is a forgiving soul.
Oh, Mr. Wallach understands romance.
He also understands business. It seems the theater manager in Baltimore had offered Mr. Lutz a tidy sum if he could get you to come down and fill a bill that had gone empty.
What?
You did end up playing Camille in Baltimore, didn't you?
Well, yes, but it was just a coincidence. Mr. Lutz and I happened to be passing by the theater's marquee. I had not heard that version of the story before.
When there's no proof, any version of the story is equally damning. Miss Keene, I believe that someone in your company was a part of last night's conspiracy to murder the president. Ever since that shot was fired, I've been looking for something in the play that could have been a signal to the assassin. Something that shouldn't have been there, but was, or something that should have been there, but wasn't. Why was your song not sung, Miss Keene?
I had stage fright.
Stage fright? You? A woman who goes down to the footlights moments after a killer has run across the boards to plead with the audience to stay in their seats and not to take chase. A woman who dashes to the president's box before even his guards can reach him. A woman who slips into the night when she and the rest of her actors have been ordered to report to the stage. A military detail met you coming back to your hotel not 20 minutes ago. Where did it go, Miss Keene?
It must be enough for me to assure you I was not party to this crime, and my journey was divorced from the bloody business that befell our president.
Why did you rush to the president's box?
The president had come to see my play, to see my company.
There was nothing in the box that you wanted to retrieve?
No.
Your actors have been very revealing, you know that. In the last hour, I have learned the following. that Miss Keene tried to cancel last night's performance until she learned of the president's plan to be in attendance. That Miss Keene scrapped a prominently placed song at the last minute. That Miss Keene sent a message to the president begging him to stay long enough to be murdered.
This is absurd. There's a perfectly logical explanation for everything. I sent that note at Mr. Ford's request. It had only to do with the song. Ask Mr. Ford.
We have.
And?
He says nothing about it.
That cannot be.
Mr. Ford says nothing to every question we ask. He suffered a kind of attack. He's in the prison hospital.
You said I am not under arrest.
And you are not. Every other actor in Washington is, but not Laura Keene. Truth is, they're safer under lock and key. Actors have been chased down alleys in the last 12 hours. Actors have been shot. Mr. O'Halloran, who didn't play Lieutenant Vernon because of Good Friday, he was found by a mob in a church and beaten. I begged the president not to come here last night, but he did come to see you.
What do you want from me?
I want to know what part you and your company played in this assassination. I want to know what in the play signaled the killer to make his move, and I want to know where you went last night after the murder.
And if I cannot answer to your satisfaction?
I will close every theater in the United States you've ever played. I will close any theater in the United States you ever attempt to play. I will close them the minute you come to town and open them the minute they ride you out on a rail. I will make you the plague of the American theater, Miss Keene. I will make you the Black Death.
There's a mob headed for the back alley. They're attacking the theater.
Secure that passage. Put guards on every door. And keep them away from the actors. They'll tear them to bits.
Yes, sir.
Consider your predicament, Miss Keene.
To whom shall I complain?
Measure for measure. Act 2, Scene 4. Isabella's defeat by Angelo.
Look out!
Move your feet!
This way, Ginny, sweet! Hurry now!
It's Keene!
The soldiers told us to come on stage and said we'd be safe away from the windows. There's a mob outside the theater.
They arrested us last night. I think we escaped. They've been questioning us ever since.
And what have you been telling them about me?
While we would never say a
Mr. Matthews, it's after Good Friday. The cock has long crowed thrice. Seeing as how someone here has told them so much about my... Harry? Hast thou stabbed me, Harry?
I didn't tell them anything.
How else would they know so much about me? Who else knows so much about my private life?
I didn't say anything. I barely spoke a word. I would never...
Steady now, Hawk. You just keep quiet and we'll none of us lose our heads. You needn't say a word.
What is Mr. Matthews talking about, Harry?
Hawk?
I got secrets in my head, and I don't think I can keep them there much longer.
You didn't tell them about our visitor last night. You think they'll go easy on you if you tell them now? They'll kill accessories before and after the fact. They said as much.
What are you two talking about?
I knew it was Booth the moment the shot was fired.
Booth, I knew it!
I said my line. I looked up to the box to see the president laugh, and I saw Booth.
Did you tell the authorities?
5 hours later, now they're suspicious why I waited so long. I would have told him as soon as he left to the stage, but for...
But for what?
For Francis. Figured if I was a witness, there'd be attention put on us. Set on the stand, splashed in the paper, so they thought if they found out about Francis, if they went to our rooms, then they swore me to an oath, and I had to tell them. But I didn't tell them as soon as I knew, and now they're suspicious. Why?
Harry Hawk, always a beat late for your line.
There's more.
Shut up!
I won't keep silent.
You'll keep silent or you'll take us all down with you. You tell them what you know, you'll implicate the whole company.
I'm not the one who's carrying a letter from the assassin.
What letter?
Mr. Matthews has a letter from the killer hid in his coat.
That's a lie!
I saw it!
That's ridiculous. There's no letter.
Is there one?
There's no letter. Booth gave me a letter.
Oh, no.
When?
Yesterday at noon when he came by the theater.
What's in it?
He told me not to open it.
And did you follow his instructions?
I opened it before the show. I was curious.
Well, what does it say?
It didn't make sense. When the power that was Caesar's menaced his people, Brutus, for love of Rome, rose up and said Caesar must bleed for it and slew him. So too I answer with Brutus, so must all who act.
Makes sense now.
I answer with Brutus. So must all who act.
No, he doesn't mean all actors. He means all who perform the act, all who join with him. That's what he means.
You think?
Yeah.
I was supposed to deliver it to the newspaper.
Where is it now?
It's in my costume coat. It's still there. They confiscated all the costumes.
But if you've done nothing wrong, why not tell the authorities the truth?
Are you mad?
Mr. Booth could have given that letter to any one of us.
But he didn't. Any one of you isn't from the South. Any one of you isn't an old drinking buddy of Booth's. Any one of you hasn't been going to meetings.
What kind of meetings?
Political meetings, where the sympathies flow southward. They find that letter, I won't stand a chance.
But if they interrogate me again, I'll have to tell them about the letter.
Huck, you tell them about the letter, and I will tell them about you and Francis. My life for yours.
They are looking for a conspirator amongst us. Surely we can avow there is no collusion. There is no perfidy or intrigue. We must stand together and step forward with whatever we know about Mr. Booth and these events. Mrs. Muzzy.
I was in New York when the Astor Place riot broke out. May 10th, 1849. 34 people were killed outside that theater. They blamed actors for that night. They slaughtered actors that night. I won't mutter a word that brings a knock to my door.
That's right.
Mr. Gurley.
Miss Keene, I would of course do my duty to my country, but I took something last night. What? And if the authorities were to do an exhaustive search of my personal belongings...
You stole the flag!
It's worth money, Jeannie. Money so you won't have to leave me. Well, you could sell it, you could cut it up, peddle it in little pieces. The president's own blood.
Oh, Papa.
Jeannie, I did it for you. Go.
And Miss Gurley, do you have any reason not to utter the name Booth?
I met with Mr. Booth yesterday afternoon for lunch. Oh, God. I told him of my desires and the obstacles that had been placed in my way. It was Mr. Booth who spoke to Mr. Ford on my behalf. Mr. Booth and I were keeping closer company than I've let on.
An actor has brought infamy on us all. Well, if none of you will speak, then I shall tell them the truth.
No.
Miss Keene, Miss Keene,
Hawk, get backstage.
Are you going to be quiet, or are we going to have to do something about it?
You hear, Miss Keene?
Please, Miss Keene.
All right. You want to go off there and make a scene? Before you do, you think. I know where you see yourself. Alone on stage, the only one who will speak the truth, Joan of Arc. Well, they burned Joan of Arc. Booth's a killer. He's an actor. They blame one actor for this, they blame all actors. I've seen it before.
It's already started.
But the people love us.
No, they don't.
The audiences do night after night.
Audience love lasts from 8:30 to 12. Same as whores.
But we have a responsibility.
We have a responsibility to ourselves. Will you protect us when a mob comes to our doorstep?
Miss Keene, your management, your royalty, you wouldn't understand what it is for a journeyman player to shield his family from the spite and spittle. You don't even have a family.
Let somebody else tell how well they knew Booth. One of these prostitutes or some other lowlife. If we speak up, we are as good as guilty.
And that were enough to hang us all.
No one is innocent here, Duchess.
I have committed no crime.
You slipped away in the night. You've been missing for hours. Where you been? Who you been with?
That is my concern.
Why, you got something to hide?
No!
She's lying.
What do you mean?
Speak up, Hawk.
You tell us to tell the truth. Risk our lives, our loved ones. What do you risk?
Harry,
Tell them where you went last night.
please, Harry.
Tell them why we come here so much. Tell them why we play Washington more than any other city. Tell them where you went last night.
I'll tell you where she went. Lutz. You've been running after Lutz.
Well, we were in trouble. You ran to crawl under Lutz.
Tell them. She went across
No! I went across the river to a place called the Ladies' Academy of the Visitation. It is a convent school. I went to see two young girls. Their names are Emma and Clara Taylor. They're registered there as my nieces. They are my children from an earlier affection. They do not know me as their mother. I feared for their safety as the passions rose. I went to see my children. I was frightened for my children. did what any auntie would do.
Seems you got no more call talking to the authorities than the rest of us. Oh, we agreed then. No one will tell of Bruce visit here yesterday. No talk of visits or letters or lovers or flags or families.
Agreed.
That's 3 of us, Miss Keene. I take it you vote the other way. Professor.
I say we unmask the whole rotten profession.
I side with Professor Withers. I'll join with him and do as he wishes.
But you will bend to the will of the majority, won't you?
Yes, we will bend.
And that's 3 against 3. That leaves Mr. Hawke. It's up to you, Mr. Hawke, if democracy is to prevail. You are outvoted, madam.
What about the letter?
What?
They are searching the theater from top to bottom. If they find that letter in my costume coat.
What coat?
What?
Mr. Matthews, what coat pocket?
My costume coat, the black frock. What?
The crowd will driven back to the shanties. The theater is safe for now. Miss Keene, have you reconsidered your predicaments?
I know nothing I can tell you.
Captain.
Sir.
How many men have we stationed in the theater?
36, sir.
Detail half to commence a search of the theater, every inch, every crevice.
Yes, sir.
The rest will stay with me on special assignment. I intend to find out how Booth was signaled to make his move and who here conspired with him to do so. I will sweat each and every one of you until you bleed the truth. We'll start with Mr. Hawke. Take him down to the cellar.
Sergeant. Sir. Sir, I've already given you all of the information I have.
Mr. Stanton!
Sergeant! Ma'am.
I believe I and my company can help you. You say you're searching for a signal to the assassin.
I am.
Well, I know one signal that anyone familiar with the play could use as a cue to make his move. Mr. Stanton, have you the rest of the costumes under lock and key?
Yes.
Well then, with your permission. Mr. Gurley, would you please help retrieve the costumes?
Yes, Miss Keene.
Mr. Matthews, have you matches?
Yes, Miss Keene.
And Mrs. Muzzy, a cigar?
Yes, Miss Keene.
Mr. Stanton is searching for a signal. We must perform it for him. Jeannie, dear, you will want your simple shawl. And Mr. Hawke, you shall want your coat.
That's not my...
Here is your coat, Mr. Hawke.
Sorry. Yes, that is my coat.
Mr. Stanton, you say you have not seen the play.
No, ma'am.
Right. Are we all met? Drum roll. The cheese scene. Asa Trenchard has learned that Mary was disinherited by old Mark Trenchard. To give her back her rightly owned estate, and to win her hand, he executes a simple plot that will save them all.
Asa, my boy, says he, when I die, this piece of paper makes you heir to all my property in England. Will you excuse my lighting a cigar? Asa, says he, I fear I've been a wicked old sinner, but it is not too late. Give me the light. And twisting it, as I might this, he lit it just this manner, and watched it burn slowly and slowly away.
I fail to see the levity.
I'm sorry, sir. Setting fire to an inheritance, I think it's the funniest part of the show.
Mr. Stanton, a man who knew the play would know that scene, and a man who saw that blaze would know he had approximately 1 minute to reach the president's box before Mr. Hawke reached the laugh line. A laugh that would cover the sound of a gunshot.
So no one gave Booth a signal.
No, sir.
There was no conspiracy.
No, sir.
Mr. Booth had no contact with anyone in your company.
No.
Not a one?
Not a one.
Captain, bring in the last player.
Eyes front.
Mr. Ferguson, you go by William?
Billy.
What do you do for a living, Billy?
I clean the stall. I'm in the theater.
Last night was to be your first time on the stage as an actor, wasn't it, Billy?
Yes, sir.
Never acted before?
Not for money or people.
So until Miss Keene gave you this opportunity, you never acted professionally in your life. You must have been pretty scared, all those lines.
12.
You know, this is the question I always want to ask you actors. How do you memorize all those lines?
It's different for different actors. Some do it by repeating the lines over and over again. Some do it by writing them out. Some just got that kind of memory.
And how do you make sure you got them right?
I run them.
Run them?
Rehearse them with another actor.
And did you rehearse your lines with another actor last night?
Yes, sir. Right before I was supposed to go on with Miss Keene.
Very gracious of her. So is that all you have to do? Run them once before you go on?
No, sir. Like I told the captain, I ran lines all afternoon.
Where?
Here in the theater.
You found someone to help you?
One of the actors.
One of these actors?
No, sir. An actor who happened by. He said he knew the play real good because he played it down south. Knew all the entrances and exits, the lines, where the laughs are. He said he was going to come back in the evening and see the show. He helped me a lot. He said, well, we're all actors and we got nobody but our fellows.
That's true. Billy, tell everyone here what you told the captain backstage. The man who helped you. The actor who was here yesterday afternoon. What was his name?
Is somebody here on trial?
What's his name?
Is it Miss Keene?
Tell me, Billy.
I don't want to hurt Miss Keene. The people here, this is my family. This theater, this is my home.
This theater belongs to the War Department. We confiscated it last night. You have no home, Billy. You live in my house now. And if you don't answer my question, I'll put you in a military prison for as long as you and I live. So, speak!
It was Wilkes Booth. He was at the theatre yesterday. I don't know if anyone else saw him. I doubt Mr. Ferguson knew his name. But I saw him. I know him. He was here.
Why didn't you tell us before?
Because I couldn't believe such villainy and cowardice of an actor.
Mr. Secretary, sir. From the White House. I must seem some kind of great fool that you can all lie to me so boldly and think I'll thank you for it. You'd expect a career in the law and politics would prepare a man for lying, but your profession makes deception an art unto itself. Is there no one here who'll tell the truth? One godly truth that doesn't protect someone else or point a finger somewhere else or prove self-serving?
I will. You asked me where I went last night. I went to Georgetown. I went to see my children.
Emma and Clara.
Yes.
A gentleman came to the boarding house across the street after he heard about the shooting. Mr. Lutz. He told us about Emma and Clara. He told us all about you in exchange for my promise that I would not arrest you. He sent you this. Mr. Lutz has spent the early morning hours using his influence in high places, pulling strings. I have received a directive from the new president, Mr. Johnson, ordering me to let you go. All of you. The actors can go back to their homes, hotels. There's nothing in their rooms to incriminate them.
You went to our rooms?
We searched them. Don't worry, Mr. Hawk. There's nothing in your rooms. Your rooms are empty.
But surely our
Certainly we are doing
You are doing nothing! I am not in awe of you. I am not one of your paying public. I work. I have responsibilities. I have a family and a country to reconstruct. I am not a fan. I don't have time for the theater.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going out for a smoke. Anyone care to join me? Mrs. Muzzy?
I've given up the habit.
Huh? Well, then, the laugh's on me.
I do.
What?
I do. I accept your proposal of marriage, Professor Withers. I'll be in a house on K Street and smother me children. I hate the theater.
The song I composed for last night. Will you sing it at our wedding?
Jean, before any of them return,
I don't want it, Papa.
take it. It will make your fortune. Pluck my magic garment from me.
No, Papa. No.
Daughter, don't leave me. I shall go mad. No. No. No life.
He told him everything. About Red Laura, about my marriage, about Emma and Clara. He writes, I did it so they would not arrest you. He's waiting outside.
Is the company still going to Cincinnati?
Levick pulled out. He telegraphed. Instead, Mr. Lute says he has secured another engagement.
For Camille?
Our American cousin. Seems there's a sudden demand in certain circuits. With you, me, Matthews, the girlies.
They'll never perform.
Won't they? This was to be my final performance. I was going to take.
Laura. I never sold them. I emptied my savings to get the money out. I can tell pearls from paste. Will me, must I be the one to give you courage? You, who amidst this restless existence of ours,
Long for something different.
and so,
And so, the fallen woman once fallen shall not rise again. What man would wish to make her wife? What child to call her mother? I will sacrifice my happiness. But take heed, there was once a soul who had but one dream in life, and renounced it all, and died of it.
what's this? Alive?
Why, 'twas all a dream. Harry, come with me. Forgive me, passion is not constant, Harry. You are the husband of my company.
Miss Key.
Mr. Oh, business.
if we ever do perform Camille again, remind me to cut the dream.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding than a dream. When Mr. Ford was freed after 39 days, he found his theater locked. The War Department had turned it into a warehouse for its paperwork. Mrs. Muzzy died within the year. When they retrieved her body, they found a cigar still burning in her lips. The flag Mr. Gurley stole was kept in his family. He passed it on to his daughter Jeannie, who passed it on to her son. Miss Jeannie married Professor Withers 1 week after the assassination. They divorced within the year. Mr. Matthews' deception was kept secret until John Wilkes Booth was shot and captured 2 weeks later, saying, quote, "Did they get that letter I gave John Matthews?" Mr. Hawk went back on tour with Miss Keene's company, as did Mr. Gurley, Mr. Matthews, Miss Jeannie, and me. We played our American cousin for many years. And Miss Keene, she never played Camille again. Mr. Lutz's death came in 1869. Her own came 4 years later. As her fortune and her health declined, her public desired to see her in one play and one play only, traveling from town to town like a black swan.
Cousin, I am sure you must be very happy.
Well, I'm not so sure about my happiness.
Why? What do you want to complete it?
Well, my happiness depends on you.
Then I am sure you will not regret the kindness you have shown to our American cousin.
Curtain.